Joe Rogan had a conversation with a controversial figure about why the Epstein files didn't come out. And we were actually going to cover this. We used some of this in a video a couple of days ago. The gentleman's name is Ian Carroll. Okay, tons of controversy. Some people flat out calling him a neo-Nazi. Okay, I don't know a lot about this guy. I know he's on Breaking Points, and I don't think Breaking Points would be platforming a neo. And we did confirm that was the same person.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm not really sure what to make of this entire thing.
Well, it's probably not a neo. That's probably Twitter brain rot or X brain rot. But
Probably.
well, and he actually did say, now that this is trending, he tweeted, watch a bunch of mischaracterizations and name calling and character bashing over the next few days because of what he said here.
Yeah. Okay, so let's watch this video and let's see what's going on here. Go ahead.
Supposedly this administration. What do you have the least faith that we're going to come to
Epstein,
a conclusion?
for sure.
Epstein.
And I think it's because of Israel. I think
Really?
that because I mean, when you really dig into Epstein, his entire network was Israel. It was clearly like Ehud Barak was the ex-prime minister and the ex-head of Israeli intelligence. Leslie Wexner was one of the most powerful pro-Israeli philanthropists. The whole organization was Israel.
So
and
it was
I'm not saying it was all of Israel.
It was all an intelligence gathering and
it was targeting Americans. It was targeting American officials and the American president.
Right.
And the CIA does have interest in those targets too. Elements in the CIA does. Certainly they had help from the CIA, and certainly they had help from these other organized crime and intelligence operations.
Okay,
But
pause it. So he was on Breaking Points saying the same thing. Pull up the Breaking Points clip just so that I'm tracking fully along. I understand that because anti-Semitism is a real thing, right? This is the same guy that was just on Ian Carroll, same guy that was just on Breaking Points. Breaking Points is owned by Crystal and Sagar, liberal conservative.
Yep.
Neither of which have any, as far as I know, any ounce of anti-Semitism. I would be shocked if they were platforming
in
this
Nick
dude.
Fuentes or something.
Yeah. So I'm not sure where that's coming from outside of, hey, we're very sensitive about the Israel thing. Let's be very careful because we don't want it to come off like that.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm not really sure what to make of this sort of claim. You know what I mean? With regards to that. He says the same thing here. Play this clip.
more of what he was actually up to and who put him into power and who was paying for this operation. And her book is extensively sourced, and she cites all of her sources. And I, to this day, have never seen any credible disputes of her research, her sourcing, and her conclusions, which she actually does not draw too many conclusions in that book. And a lot of the people that have done a lot of research arrive at a lot of the same conclusions, which indicate that not only was Jeffrey Epstein operating on behalf of intelligence agencies, probably plural, but that Israeli influence was heavily involved in putting him into power and establishing his blackmail networks. And obviously, the Israeli question is a very touchy subject in America, and so it's been largely ignored. And it wasn't just Israel. He clearly had help within the CIA and or FBI, and probably within British intelligence as well.
Okay, so he said the same thing.
Hello.
He said the same thing on Joe Rogan. Now, I understand. I know why they're saying he's anti-Semitic. Figured it out in real time.
The mustache. It used to be shorter.
No, I have a video of him saying some wild stuff about the Bible that we're going to look at here in a second, but let's let him flesh this out. Go ahead.
Great hook.
So for example, Dan Bongino, the new, deputy director of the FBI, he recently had this clip that went all around where he said on camera that he had a source that he trusted deeply. And he's an informed guy. He was at a Fox News interview, and the source told him that Epstein was working for an intelligence agency in the Middle East. And I don't know which one, but someone in the Middle East. And to be fair, we all already knew this. We already know who he worked for. At least I think so. But I'm looking at, okay, Dan, so if this giant group of Jewish billionaires is running a sex trafficking operation targeting American politicians and business people and stuff, you think they're working with an Arab or Muslim nation in the Middle East? Like, you think that Leslie Wexner...
So I see where this is going, right? Because now it's not all Israel, but it's a giant group of billionaires that are running this operation,
And they're Jews.
and they happen to be Jewish. I think I understand where this is going. Now, could this be a gateway to full on like blame Israel for all the world's problems?
Probably.
Right?
Yeah.
That's kind of where this goes. So, he's trending, but this isn't the alarming thing to me. Like, this is like, Jewish people bad, Jewish powerful people bad, and they're doing sketchy stuff. I get it, right? And that's not to say that that's not true.
This is them talking about why would the Epstein files not be released.
Right. I get it.
Fair.
But I got another clip that's
Okay.
completely bonkers.
Do we want to...
That makes me question if this dude is objective and serious at all because of some crazy stuff he said about the Bible.
Are we okay? I'll go look it up.
I got it for you. Do you want to play some more of this? I get it. Jews were involved, therefore Epstein files aren't coming out. So this is where I go, same guy,
Okay.
right? Just different haircut.
Mm-hmm.
This is where I go. And this is on the Hodge twins. Listen to what he says here. The Occupy Till I Come 60-day devotional is back in stock. This is taking you through the entire narrative of the scriptures in 60 days with custom daily devotional prompts. So what you're doing is you're spending 35 days in the Old Testament, 25 days in the New Testament, going over all the major stories. There's additional reading for you to go deeper if you want to go deeper on the stories. And you can get them right now bundled up with a virtual ticket to our Bless God Summit. Bless God Summit is coming up March 27th, 28th, 29th in beautiful Southern California. My favorite podcasters, apologists, pastors, preachers, entrepreneurs, all in the same room. Day 1, we're talking about apologetics. Day 2, we're talking about virtue. Day 3, we're going out into the marketplace and being the hands and feet of Jesus. This is going to be a wonderful event. And what you could do is you could actually get the devotional bundled with the virtual ticket for only $65. So go to blessgodshop.com, get yourself a 60-day devotional. I promise you the feedback on these has been crazy. You will love it. Designed by my guy, Josh Nadeau from Sword and Pencil. The beautiful artwork, okay? So go to blessgod.shop, get yours now, okay? Mean the world to me. And this is so easily debunkable.
Okay.
You guys know about the Scofield Bible? Oh boy, here's a rabbit hole for you. Here's a rabbit hole for all of us. In the early 1900s, right around when the Federal Reserve was founded and Balfour Declaration happened, right at that exact...
Right? Who's behind all that?
The pews.
Now watch what he says next.
same time, the Rothschild family hired this dude, this pastor in the Deep South. He made a new version of the Bible called the Scofield Bible.
Pause. And do you see how ridiculous this is? What does it say on the Bible?
It's a study Bible. Okay, I don't know what he says next, but that's pretty...
He made a new version of the Bible.
It's just the King James version with study notes.
This is Billy Carson level code.
Okay.
Right?
I want to see what his claim is, though.
The claim is going to be stupid.
Okay.
I'll tell you this, but this is what I'm saying. This is that overlap of conservatives who overlap with the Candace Owenses, who overlap with the Andrew Tates.
Yeah.
Like, this is that world. And they all have a unification and a disdain for a very specific small country in a very specific region of the world.
Okay.
And the Rothschilds and the Balfour Declaration, and it's all connected.
Okay. What is the Balfour Declaration?
The Israel thing. It's all connected. Yeah, go ahead.
Scofield Bible. He wrote this new Bible that has all these new interpretations of the text. So they didn't get Jewish influence. Yes, literally, that's where Judeo-Christianity kind of came. And the idea that Israel is this modern Israel thing is the Israel of the Bible. It came from that Bible. And the Scofield Bible was funded by the Rothschild family. And then it was pushed because they owned the publisher that publishes like all the books. I think it was Oxford Press. And so they had the deals that they could make to get that Bible into all the mega churches across whole denominations of Christianity. And
this segment also hates the idea of Judeo-Christian. Now, I'll be honest that I don't think Judeo-Christian is a useful term. This is why. When you remove Christian and you just have Judeo, it's going to sound offensive. You guys ready? You guys ready? When you remove Christian and you just have Judeo, you have the modern state of Israel. You have an Old Testament virtue ethic.
Yeah.
You have an eye for an eye.
Hello.
Right? You're going to attack us on October 7th? We got you. We're going to unleash hell on you.
Come on.
Right? That is the conclusions of the Judeo worldview is displayed in full time. And I said this right when it happened. I said, Israel is going to be heavy-handed with how they respond to Gaza.
Yeah, you did say it.
Was Israel heavy-handed?
Very.
I don't think that's crazy to say. I don't think that's anti-Semitic to say. As a guy that's been to Israel, and I love Israel, and I love my Jewish friends, and I love Israel, all that. But we had a ex-IDF person, and I asked them, like, how are you guys going? How are they going in? And the IDF is accidentally killing their own civilians. There was a situation where folks were waving the white flags, their own prisoners.
Yeah.
Their own folks that were kidnapped, and they took them out. They've been heavy-handed. So I understand that that term cannot be helpful.
Yeah.
I get it. However, this idea that this was all spawned by one guy founded by the Rothschilds who made the new version of the Bible that completely, right? this is foolishness.
You think so?
I think so, and I'll show you why.
Okay.
Play the rest of this clip.
That was when Christianity got kind of Jewified.
Jewified. Okay.
I mean,
Now this stuff is so silly. Apostate prophet.
What's Jewified? about
Apostate
Christianity?
prophet who's not who's like, it doesn't require a bunch of stuff. Like, it doesn't require a bunch of brain power to debunk this stuff. Right? This is complete nonsense. Scofield was not hired by anyone. He wrote a study Bible and decided to publish it. The Rothschild's family hired him is totally made up out of thin air.
Whoa.
Okay? He didn't write a new Bible. He wrote a study Bible. It is called a Scofield Study Bible and uses the KJV. There's no evidence the Rothschild families or financed it. It did not invent the idea of Judeo-Christian and support a modern Israel, although it popularized the latter because Scofield himself was a dispensationalist. Folks who don't know who dispensationalism is, it basically believes that there's two different dispensationalists or dispensational periods, and God has a covenant with Israel, and God has a new covenant with us, but that doesn't make the first covenant void with Israel. That's what people who are dispensationalists believe. And so a lot of modern day like rapture theology is dispensational theology.
So Ian Carroll's like, he invented a new form of Christianity.
Yes.
And
This predates any of this.
Apostate prophet is just pointing out this is a very widely held theology slant that involves this.
Yes, that dispensational theology is very common. It is very pro-Jewish for sure.
Yeah.
But and that could be problematic because the Jews do need to be evangelized. Like, don't get it twisted. If you don't know Jesus, you do need to be evangelized. And there are anti-missionary Jewish people, like literally anti-Christian missionaries, and that's all they do. They do Jewish apologetics to be anti-missionary.
That's great.
But everything Ian said here is nonsense, right? Even the idea of a new Bible, it's a study Bible, right?
Jesus was a Jewish man from Nazareth. What theology is that?
Right. It did not Jewify the Bible at all, whatever that means. As said, it is a commentary on the KJV, which has been widely used for centuries. This guy, Ian, makes things up and asks as if he's informing everyone.
So you're saying about the Joe Rogan clip, why even bother?
I'm saying we used it earlier in the week when he was on Breaking Points, and he made the statement that potentially Israeli intelligence was involved with the Epstein thing. At this point, if the Epstein thing is not coming out, there's probably all types of intelligence agencies that were involved. It's not just Israeli.
Yeah.
He said in the same breath that the CIA was involved.
Yeah.
You think Epstein gets self-deleted in a prison and the United States government's not involved?
No, they're definitely involved.
You think Israel's doing that? You think Israel's sending people across and no one in the United States knows that we're going to delete?
No.
Come on, bro.
No. It definitely, it's probably all the intelligence agencies being like,
yes,
we
everyone's
should probably
connected.
take him out now.
Yeah, he has too much on us, right? And so whenever the blame starts shifting to one specific group, that's why my spidey senses start tingling and saying, wait a minute, I know where this is going. And it's going to be all about
Ruslan, the Real
these people.
Discernment Ministries.
The Real Discernment Ministries. So I think I understand why people are saying, because when you're making such, I mean, this is Billy Carson level, like, ignorant. This is really bad.
Made a whole new Bible.
Funded
by the pews.
And they Jewified it.
It's super Jewish.
That's where Judeo-Christian comes from.
Super and stinky.
My gosh.
And it probably costs a lot of money too.
Alex Jones saying they're turning the frogs is more accurate
Yeah, honestly.
than this nonsense.
Because that was proven true.
Yeah, that was kind of proven true. Yeah, and again, like the origins of Judeo-Christian, we could easily look it up. It predates this. Like the idea of a Judeo-Christian worldview predates this. Jesus was Jewish. Love your neighbor as yourself is in the scriptures, in the Old Testament scriptures, right? But there is a Christian virtue ethic that is independent of the Jewish scriptures that we see exhibited in the New Testament. So this entire controversy, very interesting. I think that
Swing and a miss for Joe sometimes.
swing and a miss for Joe sometimes. But again, a broken clock can be right twice a day.
Hello.
He could be totally spot on
Yeah.
that Israeli intelligence was probably involved in Epstein.
Yeah.
Like that's. But when you start blaming Israeli intelligence for everything wrong that happened in 9/11, everything that happens is it's them, it's the pews. I go, wait a minute, pretty bad.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, thank you so much for checking out the video. Please be sure to comment below and subscribe and all that good stuff. And check out this other video that YouTube seems to be recommending just for you. Let me know if they nailed it. All right? I'll see you over there. Peace.